Myrle, Roach. I perform my poetry with the title Aliogana Pearl, and Aliogana is the Arawak name for the beautiful island of Montserrat, which I am so proud to represent at CariCon 2021. My book of poetry, Tamarind Seeds, was published in 2018. However, today, I am going to share with you some of my latest poetry. I'm sure a lot of you would know that the year 2020 leading into 2021 has been a challenging year. However, it has also been a year that has provided a lot of creative motivation for me as a writer. Last year, when we started to see the emergence of the very powerful Black Lives Matter movement, one of the things that resonated with me is something that is usually said to Black people and Caribbean people, African people, people from the diaspora who live in cosmopolitan countries, and it is, go back to where you come from. And I was moved to write this poem. Go back to where you came from. When you came to the true motherland and sold my ancestors into slavery, transporting them like cattle in chains in the bowels of ships, did you believe the noble descendants of African kings and queens would go defeated and docile into a lifetime of captivity? Did you believe that? Go back to where you came from. When you built your huge plantations across the colonized Caribbean, financing an empire on the brutalized backs of human chattel, did you consider that you could never quench the flame of freedom alive in the hearts of men and women you claimed to own? Did you consider that? Go back to where you came from, when lynchings and beatings could not stop the spreading rebellions, and Toussaint Louverture proved that slaves could burst their chains. Did you wonder if the newly emancipated house and field slaves would survive their acquired and unaccustomed freedom? Did you wonder about that? Go back to where you came from. When your coerced labor force was no longer readily available, you replaced them with indentured labor imported from India. Did you hope this would convince our proud ancestors that their rightful place was to be owned, abused, and dehumanized by their former owners? Did you hope for that? Go back to where you came from. When we answered your plea with our misplaced loyalty, with the best brains, the strongest shoulders, and the most determined generation, did you think, yes, we have them back once again where they should be? Now, even fighting our wars to retain the power of our sovereign and country. Did you think that? Go back to where you came from. When you reinforced your call for us and we continued to come, on the bows of the Windrush, eager to help rebuild this adopted mother country? Did you stop to ponder that we came not as an enslaved generation, but as one that knew our worth and no longer cowered in fear from masses' wrath? Did you ponder on that? Go back to where you came from, when we worked and toiled, shed blood, sweat, and tears, transforming a country ravaged and mutilated by war into a new and improved version of its former self. Did you contemplate that though we were termed inferior, not welcomed or appreciated, this country now needed our skills, talents, and culture to maintain its first world stature? Did you contemplate on that? Go back to where you came from. Yes, we just might. When you tried to obliterate our right to British citizenship and devalue us, denying our legal place in British society with calculated, cold-blooded purpose, did you realize we no longer stand alone in our fight to be seen, heard, and recognized? The world could now see your institutional racism, once disguised as mother's tough love. Do you realize that? And so, go back to where you came from. Now, we are thinking we just might. As the time has come to complete the circle of brain drain migration and replace what was plundered, stolen, and legally looted from our Caribbean lands, did you think that we would not return one day to the lands that have evolved from crown colonies to independent countries, building thriving economies and communities? Go back to where we came from. If we decide to go, it will be an act of free will, marching to the beat of our own drum, to the triumphant sound of redemption song. I hope this one resonates with all my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, because there comes a time when we really will go back home. Now, when the migration period was rife and people were coming over to America, to England, to Canada, from the West Indies, pouring out in droves, we brought lots of things with us. And one of the things that we brought that is still our biggest and best draw sometimes, it creates the fondest memories, is Carnival. I love Carnival. And this poem, Carnival Come Again, is my tribute to this amazing display of Caribbean culture that rocks the world wherever it's put on. From time me small and mama want me stop ball, show me something pretty, pretty, and me eye them open wide with mouth spread in a big gummy smile. Play some sweet calypso or string band music, and me is one nice child. As a young girl, just imagine me face bright and teeth a grin when carnival come and the island on fire. People in their pretty costume is bacchanal time, cause it's mass they playing to the sweet music on the streets with everybody jumping and whining. Miss Goosey or Moko Jumbi, them never really frighten me. With them face cover over with wicked mask, walking high, high in the air. From them, I make sure to keep my distance, hiding until string band music begin to play and masquerade start to dance. But wait, you hear that? The pan man starts to play. That signal the start of Juve. The pans now leaving the pan yard and heading into town, where revelers ready and waiting to play old mass. That is the one time when all of we become one, regardless of class. For old mass, anything go, cause it's plenty fun and poppy show. Old clothes pull out from under the bed, cut up and strip up. Man wearing pajamas and woman in the nightie. Dancing in the streets until morning light make bright day. Musicians creating their magic with pan, iron, bamboo or stick to get feet moving and bodies gyrating. Nobody can keep still. Every note wake in you a one-of-a-kind sensation, and for that, only the rapture of carnival could be the reason. Bend wire, create and sew, silk, satin, glitter, ribbon and glue. Busy hands, laughter, rum, chicken and soca. That is the color of mass. It could create a costume in all its splendid glory to dazzle and amaze you while telling a fabulous story. The whole town rocking as sound systems pumping, stalls set up selling sweet food and drink. I tell you, it was the best time. Making plans to meet friends or your sweetheart as people lining the streets waiting for the parade to start. Carnival. It's sweet for true. Every Tom, Dick, Sally and Sue, them all make friend and is one happy family. Everybody playing a part, jumping behind a band or in a costume or just liming. Man, woman and child, we all come together at carnival time. That's the way it was done. Playing mass and having fun as one. The traditional dances, bright costumes and music had everybody dancing, calling to we ancestors and honoring them for starting this thing called carnival so we could pass it on to we children. Carnival come again every year. Every year, Caribbean people can find a carnival wherever they are and put their personal touch to it. Thank you for listening to my poetry, and enjoy the rest of CariCon 2020.
Viva